Ooh, she's cute.
Better be careful. I heard there's vampires on those dating apps.
Welcome to Deadsville.
Greetings, Boo Believers. Welcome to Deadsville Horror Talk. I'm your host, Ronin James, and to my left, the lovely Steph Infection.
Hello, Scream Hearts.
It's just the two of us tonight because we were the only two that went and saw this movie.
Wonder
that
why.
was playing at only like one or two places, one within a half an hour of us. So
Yeah.
we ventured to Cherry Hill, New Jersey to see.
I'm glad we did before you finish that sentence.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
glad we did.
Went and saw
Oh, yeah, for sure. But we saw Vampires of the Velvet Lounge. Dun, dun, dun.
Sounds sexy. It sounds real sexy.
It does. I mean, it was a pretty sexy movie.
It was a pretty sexy movie.
Yeah, I'll give it that
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
But before we dig into that, this is Deadsville Horror Talk. We do a weekly show where we review usually the latest theatrical release, but we also do some diving into cult classics. And recently we did our top 10 zombie movies of all time.
Yeah, with our other two co-hosts, and that was fun.
Shout out to our other new co-hosts, Alexandra Surface and Haley Hansen. They will be back to do the Ready or Not 2 episode very soon. So in the meantime, Steph and I went and saw this very limited release.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're going to talk about it.
We're really going to talk about it.
Before we get to it, make sure you like, subscribe, follow, tell your friends. If you have friends who like horror movies and they listen to podcasts, make sure you tell them about Deadsville Horror Talk.
Yes.
We're on all of the streaming platforms with the exception of Spotify, and we're on YouTube. You can watch the video version of the podcast.
At Deadsville 13.
You can see Steph Infection's lovely face and Alex and Haley's lovely faces, and unfortunately my beat up old stuntman mug here.
Oh yeah.
So,
well, you gotta give and take a little. So that's what we're
you get
doing.
a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
But yes, a little bit about us.
Oh, he's handsome.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Please, thank you. Too kind. A little bit about us. I'm stuntman Ronin James. I've been a stuntman and coordinator for over 20 years. Now I do a little directing and producing and content creation. But you've seen me die and get beat up and stunt double in stuff like Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, Escape Plan 2, beating up Sylvester Stallone. And,
Rocky himself.
Yeah. Gotham. I got to stunt double on that and also had an acting role on that one. So that was fun. And a bunch of others. The Tick, The Punisher. I got to do a lot of fun superhero stuff. So being a comic book nerd, I got to live out some of my childhood fantasies as a stuntman in some of these productions. So,
You know what? I never really thought about it that way, and it's so cool. So cool.
well, thank you.
Live out your childhood a little bit.
I did. I mean, I always wanted to be a stuntman, which I got to do. And then, I got to work on a bunch of comic book TV shows and movies. So, yes.
I mean, little Ronin's probably like, what?
Younger me thinks I'm a badass.
Yeah.
But,
and sometimes you get behind the scenes little info on our show.
I do. That's one of the benefits of listening to Deadsville Horror Talk. You get to get some insider insight into what makes these movies tick, why they turn out some of them the way they do, how the behind the scenes works, and all that fun stuff. So Steph Infection's been doing this now too with me for about 8 years. We both produced and wrote Amityville Barbie versus the Evil Deados, the short that's won awards and playing in festivals around the country right now. And yeah, we had an overseas festival too, didn't we?
We did in Italy.
Yes, that's right. We
I don't
screened in
remember the name
Italy.
of it right now off the top of my head, but we're international. We are international.
So yes, we've been doing this for a little bit, and we like to think that we bring some added insight to the podcast, the horror podcast realm.
Yeah, and I can say that I'm probably your more doe-eyed, inexperienced movie watcher turned super critic because I hang out with this guy. So you get a little bit of both from me.
Yeah, you're still the good cop, though, when it's just the two of us here.
I don't know, unless it was our most recent. If you want to go see The Bride.
Maybe not on The Bride. No.
The Bride review. See who liked it more and who had problems.
Yeah, that one was...
Go back and see.
A reverse of the usual.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm usually the one ripping stuff apart, but I'll do that tonight.
My womanhood was hurt.
All right. Well, yes. So tune in every week and you get a double dose of this, or sometimes you get triple and quadruple.
Yeah.
With our new co-hosts, Alex is also a camera woman and works behind the scenes. She's been AD and focus puller right now on a music video. That's where she's at today.
I know. Super talented.
And Haley is an actress and songwriter and singer and producer as well. And yes, make sure you follow everybody on their social medias.
Strong women. Surrounding you.
That's right. That's how I like it.
Exactly. I know.
And I'm here to support
women
as well.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's the only way to keep you in line anyway.
Ain't that the truth? All right. So the way this goes is we'll do a non-spoiler first take where we, first 15-minute segment, we'll give you our thoughts, talk about the cast and writer, director, stuff like that. And then we will do Adventures in Snacking, and we'll take a little break before we dig deeper and get into our spoilers. So if you haven't seen Vampires of the Velvet Lounge and you don't want it spoiled, you can, you'll get plenty of warning. You'll get your spoiler-free first take, and then we'll do Adventures in Snacking, and then we will tell you before we break out the shovels to dig deeper. So
you will, even if you're not paying attention, you're just driving aimlessly, we will give you plenty of time. You will hear us. It's basically like a foghorn.
Yeah, so...
Get out!
Yes.
Get out now if you want to.
Yes. And if you don't mind spoilers, then you can always keep listening if, you're not worried about having Vampires of the Velvet Lounge spoiled.
Yeah, and sometimes you can have it spoiled and listen and then be like, okay, I still want to see it and still enjoy it. So,
all right, let's get into it with our spoiler-free first takes. Steph infection, let's talk about,
I think we need... You want to do spoiler-free first takes first?
No. Well, yeah, we usually do the synopsis.
What?
Go ahead. You do the.
Well, you got our little thing over there. You could have just watched. You couldn't read it far away, right? Let's get into it. We're going to do the synopsis.
Yeah, I just think of it as the whole segment is.
Sure.
The spoiler-free first take includes the synopsis, the cast, the director.
All right, that's fair enough.
Because we're not spoiling anything talking about them. So it's all part of that first takes segment,
You confused me a little bit.
I know, and I'm probably confusing the listeners. Apologies.
That's all right. Don't listen to him. Listen, we are going to get into it, and we're going to talk about the synopsis and the cast.
Yes.
Give
it to us, Steph Infection.
Okay, so Vampires of the Velvet Lounge. A coven of vampires is hunting on dating apps where they meet vampire hunters and schedule dates. The nights that unfold are action-packed modern horror madness. I mean, that's all we're getting.
I guess that sums it up.
That sums it up. And listen, we don't have a whole lot of... that was it. There's not a whole lot for everything with this movie online, so
no, it's very new, and again, it was very limited release. We had to track it down and find it. I'd seen the trailer. We saw the trailer before Scared to Death that we saw the other night.
Yeah.
We still have to do a review for that one as well at some point.
Well, we will do that.
We have a few in our back pocket here.
I think with the cast of this, we need to kind of put this out there. And I want people to go see it in the theaters if they can. So maybe we can get it out there to kind of promote that a little bit if they're able to.
Sure. Let's talk about our writer-director, Adam Sherman.
So I've never heard the name. And I'm reading his, this title is very, very, Risk Cutters, a Love Story.
Oh yeah, I remember that. It's an old
I don't remember that.
old movie.
That sounds scary and very sad.
This game's called Murder.
Yeah,
He's been a producer on a bunch. He's only directed
Mafia
6
Girl
movies.
and Mafia Girl 2, Dead Dog. Yeah, nothing
jumps out.
Nah. But you know what? The writing was probably the biggest problem, not the direction. The direction was actually really impressive, I thought. If it was just him, I don't know if there was a team. I thought there was.
Yeah, I thought the action and stuff was very well done. I thought, the cinematography looked really good.
Oh my God. That kept me in the game the whole time. Really, I mean, I loved all of that. Yeah. And you have to have the director and, the
vision between your DP and your director
exactly.
to kind of get all that.
Yeah.
It's a very stylized looking movie. It's definitely like very stylistic. There's a lot of deliberate lighting and just the composition of a lot of shots, especially early on. I feel like they really focused on, especially the opening scene, because the opening scene happened and I was like, yeah,
it's really cool. Really impressive. Yeah.
But I think a big part of that also was getting to the cast, because our star is
and honestly, just because I want to just include this in this without giving anything away, but I said it early on that it felt like stylistic, like Sin City. And then there was a reason after we both looked at each other, we were like, oh, yes, they are exactly going for the Sin City vibe.
Yeah.
But sure. Even with Vision.
Yeah. There was a definite Sin City feel to this. Sin City meets vampires kind of thing. And the concept is Elizabeth Bathory is a vampire, and this is how she survived all this time, and her coven now uses apps to lure men in to their death at their absinthe bar. I love that it was absinthe. And also, I would not be going to an absinthe bar by myself at any point. Yeah. So, all right. Well, let's go over the cast. I felt like so the direction was solid. The writing is where I had most of my problems, and we'll get there when we get to our talking about it a little more. I want to talk about the cast because I think the cast was one of the stronger suits of the movie, stronger points.
They obviously, I don't know if, let me just go say, because they obviously had a decent budget for this. They have a lot of names that they had to pay, and they were in the movie like almost the whole time. So it wasn't, there was a couple they cut out early, but overall they were pretty much in it the whole time, and with the visual and the editing and stuff, and they had to have had a decent budget, but I don't see anything.
There's nothing on there for it. Well, let's start with our star is Mina Suvari, who she's been in a bunch of stuff, but
American
for horror
Pie.
fans, most notably, it's the Day of the Dead remake.
Oh,
that
yeah,
she did.
yeah.
A lot of horror fans will know her from. But yes, American Pie will be the biggest.
That's what my go-to for her.
From our childhood.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's been in a bunch of stuff. And in this,
American Beauty, Final Fantasy.
Yeah, she's Elizabeth Bathory, and man, her transformations when she's a vampire.
Dude, it was really
awesome.
cool. And there's some like CGI in there, but it was so cool.
Yeah,
it was really cool.
The CGI is well done, and the
just enough.
Right. Well, the tone of the movie is campy enough too that it works.
Yes,
I think that's the best part of it, because this is while it's a horror movie and it's got a serious tone, it's also a bit campy, and you get away with a lot of the doesn't have to be Avengers Marvel level CGI.
No, it was
good enough.
I thought it was perfect in the setting that it was. Yeah.
Yeah. So she's great. Daichin Lockman is how I hopefully pronounce. Well, it's how hopefully it's pronounced. Apologies if that's not how it's pronounced. But she plays Cora, our vampire slayer.
Yeah, if anyone watched Severance, she's Miss Casey in that. That's where I recognized her from. She's
I recognize her from the 100 and a couple other older series. In addition to her, we had, our bros, Tyrese Gibson, Stephen Dorff, and who was our third bro? Lachlan Monroe.
Yeah.
Which, horror fans know Lachlan Monroe, obviously. He's a bit of a legend. And obviously Tyrese Gibson. I mean, these guys were huge in the 90s and 2000s. Stephen Dorff, I love him being in this because he was Deacon Frost in Blade. Mm-hmm. So, that's like a callback to his vampire villain days. He's back in a vampire movie.
I didn't even see Tyrese on this thing. He's not even in the initial.
Well, yeah, it's weird because I have a weird list here too of a bunch of people. That's in a weird order, but those are your main characters. And Mina Suvari's she's awesome. She's great.
Dude, she's
as
great.
The lead.
Yeah.
She's still an amazing actress. She still looks amazing. She looks
exactly the same.
Playing the villainess, she does a great job. The effects and the wings and stuff that they have in their like kind of bat creature form. Mm-hmm. Very cool stuff. So, I mean, for the most part, I felt like a lot of the cast did a good enough job with what they were given. I was not necessarily a fan of the voiceover work by Daichin Lockman, I will say.
So this is not giving anything away, but it's funny because we're just going to say this right now. There's a moment where I went, wow, I'm really feeling Sin City. And I said that to you and you go, what? You're like, it's not black and white though. That was more black and white. And then she starts talking and you can tell she's like, exactly, is that Bruce Willis's character or whoever is narrating the whole Sin City thing? And it's like Batman, like you kind of sound like Batman kind of in a way. And she was, but
she's so monotone and just,
and it was,
she's sleeping
but
through.
That's what they were going for. And then you looked at me and you go, oh yeah, it's Sin City. And I go, I felt it before I even heard that. Like I saw it and I was like, this is exactly what they're going for.
Because in that opening scene, when you see her, they do the whole color correction where they make the skin pale, but the like red lips pop.
Yeah.
So they play,
and it wasn't black and white, but I was like, I just had that's exactly the feeling I had. And then her voice, I was like, that made it almost, it was like comical, past campy kind of with the Sin City, but I got it and it was okay. It made everything else kind of tie together, but then it also didn't feel like it fit at the end. So I had both of those vibes.
We'll get to that because that was a big part of my problem with certain things not feeling like they fit. And we'll get there. This movie's listed as 1 hour and 45 minutes long, and
you felt like it was longer. I felt like
it was longer.
I felt like it was longer too. Like I went to the bathroom twice during this movie.
Yeah, that's right.
That's on that never, like I'm good for 1 pee. But I was like, wait, I got what? Wait, is this like 2.5 hours long?
Yeah, it felt long.
But we also were there for a little bit more of
we caught all the previews and stuff. So.
Yeah, but I don't know. It did feel a little bit longer, but.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, yeah, I mean, again, I felt the cast overall did a good job.
Dude, I thought they acted great. Everything that they were given, I thought they did great.
With the exception of the Cora character, I thought they were all solid.
Yeah.
There's a lot of, like, I'm watching we have the trailer up here.
Yeah, I actually, I
doing this, and it looks like this is the opening scene, and it was such great. There were some great shots in there, some really great visual.
Oh my God.
The moon being worked in and stuff. And I know it was probably all CG'd and all that stuff. They don't get those perfect moonlit nights like that, but it looked really good. So,
you know what to send, because this is one of those, it didn't get released. It wasn't really advertised. It didn't get released in multiple theaters. There are problems with the writing. However, dare I say this could be a cult freaking classic. Like, I think people could follow this, especially like us, people that grew up watching movies in the 2000s and stuff, like just because of the cast and like it was fun and bloody and gory and everything that I had problems with, the blood and gore made up for it. And like certain parts, I was like, all right, I'm having fun with this. Like I never was like, mad at anything. Like I questioned stuff. There was stuff I was like, that didn't make sense. But also I was having so much fun with it that I was like, whatever. It could be like a total comedic kind of horror cult classic. I could see just with the whole cast in the future if people gave it a shot, you know?
We'll see. There was some questionable stuff in there though, even still with, I enjoyed a lot of the stuff that it did well, but I feel like there was like a whole subplot that was unnecessary. And,
Agree.
And just could have been done without.
I agree.
Could have been a way better movie if we just stuck to a couple of things instead of trying to do all these different things. And again, we'll get into it more. But yeah, I guess we're getting into first takes here.
Yep, let's do it.
The opening scene was great, and it really got me excited. I was like, oh yeah, this looks, we're in for a good ride. And and it winds up being, it's a good ride at times, but it winds up being a bit of a clusterfuck, I want to say almost.
I don't think it's that bad. Not even close. I've seen
maybe not a clusterfuck. No, that's not the right word.
There was just
I
an
guess.
added part that wasn't needed. I don't think it ended up with clusterfuck.
I just feel that there was how do I put it? Again, a lot of missed potential. There's missing stuff, like, and they went directions that I feel like were wastes of time when they should have been focusing on certain things without getting given too much away. I feel like, there was enough cool stuff in there that kept my attention. A lot of good action, a lot of good VFX, good performances. But the story, I kept going, what the fuck is going on? One of the biggest problems was, who's the main character in this movie?
Yeah. There was a couple.
That's where that's where it starts to fall apart for me, because okay, it starts off with the vampires, and I'm cool with that because I love Mina Suvari and she's awesome in this, and I like the little coven, and cool, if that's who our main character is, then good. But then we bring in the Slayer and her little trainee.
I saw it as a
sidekick.
trilogy of storylines, all that ended up getting meshed together, like kind of like a Pulp Fiction vibe, where there's multiple people that you're following. Like it was like, here's our bros, here's our vampires, here's our demon slayer, or vampire slayer. That's the one that kind of fell short more so, because we got more of the other two, and then we didn't get it a lot. I mean, we kind of did, but then all their people collide. So it's kind of, that's how I like some movies like that, like where you have multiple people. Yeah. There's no main character.
Well, and again, if you want to have a Pulp Fiction, you've got to be a damn good writer to make some stuff like that happen. And I guess that's where
it fell short a little.
Look, we make movies, we write and all that stuff. I'm not trying to knock Adam Sherman down, but I feel like he just tried to do too much.
He needed probably
to dial it back and just stick with.
But like it's funny because even when we're writing, remember how many times we have all these storylines because we get very excited and then we're like, okay, we got to reel it in.
Yep.
They probably shot a lot more, and then we're like, okay, we got to weed a lot of this out.
I couldn't even imagine sitting through all of that then.
And you can't get rid
I mean, again, my biggest problem is who's the main character here, because some of these characters wind up having arcs where they start one way and then end up a different way at the end of the movie.
None of them had arcs.
None of them had story arcs in this.
That's why I see it as
of maybe Mina Suvari, who's...
No, she didn't.
She lost... Yeah, I don't want to give her...
I don't see it as I don't see it as an arc.
Well, no, with the two biggest arcs of the movie were the one vampire girl.
Oh yeah,
and she was like a plot character.
Yeah.
And the Slayer sidekick or Slayer in training.
Yeah.
Girl who was constantly working out.
Yep.
Those were the two that actually had.
They did.
Story arcs that went somewhere. every other character in this didn't go anywhere. They were the same fucking character at the end of the movie that they were at the beginning. And that's not how storytelling works. I know,
Yeah,
you know,
but I
we
don't
always
like-
want to try and think outside the box, but that's fine. But then you've got to, I mean, the story overall has got to go somewhere. And
Yeah.
again, at the end
You-
of the
you
movie,
can-
it was like,
You can do it. They could have done it differently without, you know. But that's how I saw it. I saw it as like, oh, these three groups we're gonna tell their stories equally, and then they're gonna collide, and then it's just gonna be but nobody really had growth from it. It was
No.
just, which I'm okay with putting that
all
aside.
right, maybe Stephen Dorff, because his character has a little,
Kind of, yeah.
he has a little transformation during the
Yeah, but it wasn't. I don't know. Never mind. I'm not saying.
yeah. We won't dip too much into that. Why don't you do the Rotten Tomatoes?
Well, to be fair, there really isn't that many watches because it just came out and there's limited theaters. So there is no popcorn meter because fewer than 50 ratings are on here. And there's only 10 reviews from critics. So it's labeled at a 20%. But
ouch, 20% from the critics.
that's only out of 10 people, though. 10 people. You know.
So fun fact, this was shot in Savannah, Georgia. I've worked there before, and it's an awesome city. It's got a lot of haunted.
I know. We would need to take a trip down.
Yeah. So that was a very cool. And I recognize a few of the stunt guys from my days in Atlanta in there as well. So
he loves
shout
shouting out
those guys.
to names to me like I'm supposed to know them. Yo, that's so and so. I'm like, yeah, oh, cool.
Yeah. So that was always good to see some of my old buddies working.
Yeah, he did it like 7 times through the movie.
Right. But yeah, I mean that's why the sets were so nice in this too, because it's shot in Savannah where just the scenery there is just so beautiful and old school gothic. It lends itself to a vampire movie very, very well. Mm-hmm. So, but all right, so some.
Well, I'm going to give you
tomatoes,
two quick, these are audience reviews. One said 3 out of 5, a campy, sometimes clumsy, blood-sucking romp. And then one only gave a half a star and said, unwatchable, so bad it's bad. Apparently it's supposed to be so campy and cheap and that it's funny. It isn't. Instead, we get horrible SFX and Tom Berginger obviously reading his lines from cue cards. Did you clock that? I didn't.
No.
Only bright spot is the casting of Deitchen Lochman. Is that how you say it? Lochman? Which would normally earn any movie an extra star, but words can't describe how truly awful this movie is. Well, I do not agree with Bruce. They must have been in a bad mood that day.
I like these reviews here. Sarah Vincent says, it is almost as if there was a dare to make a bad movie with a great to decent cast and god-level vampires, and Sherman was determined to win.
All right, hit some more. Hit some more, because I'm sure there's not many. Just read them.
George and Joss Bate of Screen Anarchy said, gave it 2 out of 5. You'll probably experience a better and scarier horror movie navigating dating apps than you will watching this poorly executed fusion of vampires and modern dating. Yes, clumsy's a good description. That's a good description.
So, this
because
is
it's got parts that are cool, but then it tries to put these parts, like tie these parts together, and the narrative to tie the parts together is just flimsy and
you're on to that. So there's only a couple more critics. So 3 out of 5. This is a critic. It's a wild ride through a blood-soaked underworld where the vampires are hot, the hunters are cool, and the commitment to the premise is palpable and quite rewarding. So they enjoyed it.
All right, that was Matthew Jackson of Bloody Disgusting.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Guess I should read names.
And you got Maggie Lovett of Collider says, Vampires of the Velvet Lounge is perhaps one of the most egregious examples of preemptively preparing for second screen viewing. So she's saying, like, this is like going right to home video.
Yeah. Nobody knows what that means anymore. Nowadays, that's called direct to streaming. There is no home video. We are old.
Whatever.
All right. Mark Dujusik of Mark Reviews Movies says it gives it a 1.5 out of 4. Its mix of humor and horror comes across as clunky and awkward.
Yep, it's about right. All right. Well, I can't disagree with most of what's being said there.
Oh, here, this person, 6 out of 10, destined to become a cult classic. Hey, that's
you
what
got
I
one.
said.
Steph Infection got one that agreed with
Well,
her.
I could just see something like this becoming like that because it's so, when things are so like weird and there's cast, like, look at some of the movies that we watched when we were younger. Holy crap, they're so bad.
Oh, yeah, I know. When they first came out, we're like, oh my God. But they're totally a cult classic.
Yeah.
I get it. But the narrative in this is just so disjointed.
Yeah, but a lot of it I forgave. A lot of it because it was just the ending that I was like, What?
All right, well, let's get to our scores. What do you give it, Steph Infection?
5 out of 10.
Really?
Yeah.
Because that's what I gave it too.
Oh, really?
I think I gave it like a 5.5 out of 10.
Maybe 5.5.
And you liked it. So how am we giving the same score? You liked it, and I just thought it was
all right,
mediocre.
6. I'll give it a 6 out of 10. Does that make you feel better?
A little bit.
I was just thinking.
Give it a lesser score now.
No, you don't. I'll give it a 6 out of 10 because I'm anything over 5, like 5. I'll give it a 6 because actually I really did enjoy. I was just thinking like, oh, it's in the middle. But I enjoyed it way more than I didn't enjoy it. So I'll give it a 6 out of 10.
Yeah, I mean, I'm 5.5. I will say that there were bright spots in there that I really dug. That opening scene was really good. There was a lot of good in there. It was just as a story as a whole, as a narrative, it was just all over the place, I felt like. And could have been shorter and could have taken out one of these multiple plots that they were trying to weave together, and it would have been a much tighter movie and made more, just been more of a straightforward narrative instead of trying to have all these branches.
And I don't disagree with you. It's just that like I was having so much fun with like their characters, the fact that there's, people that I grew up with. It was nostalgic. It was fun. There was comedy and stuff. There was also, I don't like.
No, I get
just
it.
the blood and the kills. I was like, and I was like, I don't really care about the freaking writing right now, until it was the end of the movie and I had to pee for a second time. Then I was like, all right, let's wrap this up. But
I think maybe the opening scene got my hopes way up.
Yeah, but
like, wow, this is gonna be really good. And then it kind of
you can't
went
do that though.
From there.
Yeah, no, I don't agree with that. I think there was a lot of good halfway through the movie. A lot of good.
I will say that the movie was kind of like, the opening scene set this tone. And then usually a movie will dip a little bit, but then it's got to come up and climax. This was just kind of like it set a tone, then it kind of dipped a little bit, and then it just kind of went like this. Mm-hmm. Just kind of like the voiceover,
because everyone can see you that's listening.
It just
they
went
know
straight
exactly
across, like, all right,
what you're handed. So his hand, he was like a roller coaster, except it wasn't. It was just a slight incline and then a slight decline, and then he stayed at the same level.
Just like the voiceover by Dai-Chen Lockman in this fucking movie.
All right, we are spending way too much time on spoiler free.
All right, fine. Let's get to the spoilers so I can do my Dai-Chen Lockman impersonation more.
Okay, but before that, what are we going to do?
We're going to do Adventures in Snacking.
Yay.
Adventures in Snacking.
We have a treat today.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's time for some Mr. Beast in the house. Oh,
You're not Mr. Beast?
No, unfortunately not.
I
wish I had Mr. Beast's money. Yeah.
I know.
So, yes, if you're not familiar, Mr. Beast Feastables. Mr. Beast has his own candy, and we both love peanut butter cups. Mm-hmm. We both agree Reese's peanut butter cups have been kind of crappy.
So has the grandson of the Reese's whatever name. He's the grandson of the original creator, and he said he can no longer eat it.
Oh, he doesn't like them. Yeah.
Yeah, because they changed up the ingredients.
He probably likes these as well. So, gave these Mr. Beast Feastables a try. They have a peanut butter cup, and it's fucking delicious.
The only thing I will say, it's very, very good peanut butter, but it's almost like the peanut butter itself in a very hard kind of chocolate is almost like caramel or caramel. It's very creamy and almost
very
drippy.
Creamy peanut butter. Yes.
Which, if I could choose my peanut butter, it would not be that way. It would be more of a Reese's texture because I like that. I like that texture,
Gotcha.
but it tastes delicious.
So for me, I feel like the problem with Reese's is it's all the same texture now. The peanut butter and the chocolate all just blend into mush in your mouth together when you eat a Reese's.
Yeah.
With this, there is two distinct textures where you get a very creamy peanut butter, like Steph said, and the chocolate is like hard, crunchy chocolate, not like the soft mush that you get in a Reese's peanut butter cup these days.
Yeah, nowadays it's different.
Right.
Yeah.
So when you bite into this, you get the crunch of like a good, hard, good chocolate, and then you break into the creamy peanut butter center.
Very drippy. It's kind of like a caramello.
It is a bit like a caramello with peanut butter. Yeah, but they are very good. If you haven't tried them, they're all over the place. You can find them, but we get them at Dollar Tree for $1.50.
Well, now, yeah, Dollar Tree is $1.50.
$1.50 a pop. So,
all right. So what are we going to try today, though?
So today they have these limited edition white chocolate peanut butter Yoshi eggs. And Yoshi from Mario Kart Land. Mario Galaxy, Brothers. Super Mario Galaxy movie.
Oh,
Apparently
and there's a new movie coming out.
There you go. That's the promo for Super Mario Galaxy movie. And these are, yes, white chocolate.
Which I'm picky with my white chocolate.
She's picky with everything.
No, that's not true. I just know what I like and what I don't like.
So Feastables ethical sourcing commitment, ethically sourced epic experiences.
Ethically sourced, like it's.
So they don't exploit third world countries for peanuts or stuff like that, or chocolate, and they don't, exploit child labor.
Is that what you're taking from that? Is that what that means? Okay,
that's what I'm going to take from it.
Ethically sourced, I think of like.
I'm opening the candy while you speak, so go ahead. No. Ooh, they look like eggs. If you're watching us on YouTube, you can see.
They look like Yoshi eggs.
They look like, yes, white Yoshi eggs. So, yes.
All right.
Here we go. Adventures in snacking.
I wish these were green spots. That's it.
Assuming it's the same kind of peanut butter. Let's do it. Oh, yeah. Okay.
It's too creamy.
No, I love it. Yeah, it's good.
It's hard to do a podcast when you have peanut butter in your mouth.
It is. I'm going to try and talk while I still have peanut butter.
It's really good.
Yeah, it is really good. Really good white chocolate.
It's so creamy. It's messy.
It is. You gotta watch and also because the chocolate is so crunchy that it breaks and falls apart.
I'm trying not to let our listeners hear me eat because I'm sure that's disgusting.
I'm sure. But that's an Adventures in Snacking segment for you. We're going to do a little chewing.
All right. Well, that's it for me.
Yeah, that's really good. All right. 2 thumbs up, right?
Definitely.
Mr. Beast Feastables white chocolate peanut butter Yoshi eggs.
I actually think I like the consistency on this chocolate more than those because it was a thinner layer. That's how I felt. Like these sides of the regular are a little bit thicker, and I like how thin this is. You can finish mine if you want to keep eating.
No, I'm
just trying not to. I'm gonna keep.
That was good. Really good. All right, yeah, check it out. Feastables, you can find them all over the place, but $1.50 at Dollar Tree. So if you've had them before, leave some comments. Let us know which one you've tried, what you thought of it.
Yeah, they have like cookies and cream and some other ones.
Yeah, he has candy bars too. There's like caramel and some candy bars. I had a peanut butter candy bar before. Yeah, very cool. Mr. Beast Feastables. All right, that's going to do it for Adventures in Snacking. now is the time when we are about to break out the shovels. So if you don't want to hear spoilers, Boo Believers, this is the point where you pause the podcast.
Get out. Get out.
And go see the movie and then come back later and listen to the rest, and you can see if you agree, disagree with our takes. And we're going to break down what we liked and didn't like about this movie in more detail when we come back right after this. We are going to break out the shovels.
Digging deeper.
All right, Steph Infection, break out the shovels.
All right, here you go.
It's time to dig deeper.
You have a lot of
issues.
character.
Oh.
Yes, that too.
Touche. All right, Boo Believers, it's time to dig deeper. We are going to spoil the shit out of this movie and talk about what we liked and hated and all my problems with it.
Oh, God. Okay, here we go. Put on your seatbelt. Strap in.
Yes. I
Well,
thought you were going to say strap on. I was like, it's not that kind of movie, Steph Infection.
I
Damn it.
should have. Yeah.
All right.
But I knew that was coming. Even though I changed my word, it still came.
It still came. Phrasing, Steph Infection.
All right, go on. Vampires of the Velvet Lounge. Let's get into our spoilers.
Yes. So the opening scene.
You want to say what happened? Because I forget.
Oh, you loved it so much you forget the opening scene.
I didn't say I loved it so much.
It's the guy is supposed to he's doing the dating thing. It was a pretty long opening scene, and he's an actor too who I have seen in other stuff.
I'm
name
having trouble.
But remember, he's talking to the girl online. And he says, "Yeah, I'm going to fly out."
Oh,
to meet you.
yeah.
And he goes to the
the absinthe bar.
absinthe bar
Yeah.
and
That was cool.
says, "Oh yeah, she stood me up." And we meet Josie is the one vampire, right? Is that her name?
I don't know.
Josie.
But
she's like the youngest
younger
vampire.
one, yeah.
You kind of get the feeling she's been more recently turned.
at some point, the what's her name? The main one, Mina Savari's character says, like, I don't know how you can still feel for humans. Or
she kept pulling her aside because she kept wanting sex. And
Yes.
she's like, "Oh, why do you still want sex? You still have a human side to you." So
Yeah.
you got the feeling that she was the more recently turned.
I thought that, but then at the end, I didn't get that.
Well, spoiler, at the end, she wasn't with us anymore. So
That's what I mean. When she ran, it was almost like she was in it too long.
no,
So
I felt that she just couldn't handle it.
Couldn't handle it. Okay, that's probably.
More of like that was one of my problems with it too. Here's this young, impetuous, crazy girl, and she's just going to run into the sunlight.
Yeah, I got that. She wanted to see
she
it
was just
because
like, I want one more sunset and all, but
because she, even if it was newer, she could have been. I don't know. You would have to be in that situation for years, and she could have been in for years without seeing the sunlight again. And then
maybe it's possible.
Well, whatever. That didn't bother.
Yeah, we're jumping ahead. But anyway, back to the opening scene. We get the guy. He goes. Yeah, he's there, and the two girls are there. The two minions, I guess we'll call them. What are the two of the coven girls? The vampire
Coven
girls. So the bartender, they're drinking absinthe, and
Wait, are multiple vampires called covens also?
I guess it's a coven of vampires.
I feel like they need a different name.
Because it's a coven of witches.
Yeah.
If it's female vampires, is it a coven now?
Apparently, because that's what
you
it
better
said.
get on that, Googler.
No, that's what it said in their thing.
Yeah, it says a coven of vampires.
Yeah,
I know,
and it just made
synopsis.
me think. I don't know what the correct language is.
Well, if somebody knows the correct terminology, feel free to comment.
I just remembered my biggest problem in the movie. But let's go. It's not until the end. I forgot about it, and I.
All right. Well, don't forget it when we get to the end.
Nope,
you should have
I'm
made
not.
notes.
I got it in my head.
So anyway, the girls they tell the story, the absinthe, and if you drink enough absinthe, you see the green fairy, and that's when eventually he goes to leave, And he goes outside, and that's when he does see the green fairy because Mina Suvari shows up, and she's kind
and
of
she looks really cool.
Oh yeah, she looks awesome.
I
this
thought
when we
that was
first see her
cool.
with the fangs, and she makes an awesome vampire, and the wings and everything. Like the design for the vampires was very cool.
Can we say they all had little characters written on their cheek with paint? And
I didn't get that. That was like some runes, maybe.
Yeah, but it was never explained. So this is like another thing I think that maybe he wrote a lot, and I don't know. That part was something that I was like, whatever. Like you can kind of throw that away. They're just putting character ruins on their face.
Yeah. Except the one, it looked like
I
it
thought
spelled
they were
slut.
I thought they were. Did you see? I didn't see that.
Like, I don't know.
I didn't see that.
Reading into it, but.
Well, maybe. At first I was like, are those tattoos? Is it like? And then I saw them drawing it on each other, and I was like, oh, maybe it's just kind of like markings, like battle markings or something, whatever. So I kind of threw it away, but I didn't. It was never talked about and explained. Which honestly, I'd rather it that way. Just
that's fine. There can be some mystery in there. I didn't hate that. It was okay.
No, it was fine.
But in our opening scene, so the guy runs out. Mina Suvari is out there. She rips him apart. We get our, there's heavy CG in this, but there's some practical in it as well. She rips his throat out. The blood sprays. It's very stylistic. The lighting. Now we establish like the beautiful set, the dark scenery. It's very gothic, and we get our first look at like a, the Savannah outdoor alley where the lounge is, and it's a cool opening scene. It really set me up. I was like, man, it's gonna be good. Yeah.
Or you got your expectations too high. I thought it was really cool opening scene, and I was like,
I love the green lighting. Obviously, we're fans of green lighting here.
Yes, if you can't tell.
There's a bunch of green lighting in this. The green fairy, I'm down. The green fairy can bite me.
She might. No, but I had fun.
Yeah, so
with
then
that opening scene.
So then we get introduced to the Slayer, I think, next, right?
I don't know. Let's just keep going.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I mean, at some point we get the Slayer, and so now we've met the first three vampires. Cool. They get our first kill. Cool. It sets up the whole setup with the app.
I feel like
and the
our
bar.
Slayer was last. I feel like we got the guys first. Maybe
Did we get the
I don't know, but I felt more connected to them.
I thought we got the Slayer next.
We may have.
The thing with the Slayer, we didn't get any slaying or anything. Usually, when you introduce the hero of a movie, you get you get to see them in action. You know what I mean? Like that's usually your introduction. Yeah. And in this, I forget how she even showed the fuck up, but it was.
I don't remember.
It was pretty like anticlimactic. I feel like
it was.
Because
it was just like, here she is. She's going to talk about it with her roommate. And we were like, oh. Okay.
Her roommate, who's also like a Slayer in training or something. They never quite tell us the flesh.
She was cool.
She was cool. Yeah, I liked the roommate. She was quirky and fun little character. And we got a lot more of her fleshed out than we did at most of the other people in the movie. Then our lead. We get introduced to the voiceover at this point.
Yeah.
And I think that's really when I was
like laying in bed at the time or something.
Yeah. I mean, and she just seems like she's sleeping through the whole movie.
I think she was going to go to sleep and she was talking about slaying.
But then, like, that's her attitude through the whole movie. She's just, like, really slow and sleepy.
And then, well, that was on purpose to sound like Bruce Willis during in Sin City. Like, I 100% know, because when she was on screen acting and stuff, she did not sound like that. She didn't sound so much better.
No, but she just didn't have any energy, I felt like. She had no energy. And she's been in stuff where there's action before. So I was like, come on, you've done this before. Why do you have this character has like no life?
I don't know. In Severance, she has a very monotone part. She's a therapist.
Oh, really?
She's a therapist, and she has black hair in that. So
interesting. I've never seen it. So
she's also not to spoil, but we'll just say she's Miss Casey, but she's also somebody else in the Severance. I like that show, even though it was very dull. But like, all right, well, anyway.
Yeah, she's dull in this.
Yeah.
And the voiceover is monotone, and I'm just like, are you trying to put me to sleep right now? Every part she's in is, and we also get this whole thing where apparently before the movie even starts, she's already like matched with Mina Suvari's character on the dating app, and they're already chatting online.
So I think the way that we got our first exposure to her was she walked down. She like goes outside, walks down, and then somehow the vampires left their doors open, and she reaches into the door, and she's watching her bathe. There's like 3 women hanging upside down,
right. Yep.
and the dude who's in what's that big guy?
Yeah, but he's cutting their heads.
He's cutting their heads off, and they're like, "Yes, cut our heads off, yay!"
Yeah,
because they're all into it, and then she's bathing in the blood. However, I'm like, her whole arm is just like in these doors, videoing it. But this is where before she leaves, the roommate says like, remember, think happy thoughts, puppies and rainbows and stuff. Like she's like, they can't get into your head.
Get in your head, yeah.
So we get that throughout the movie. It's like, don't let them get into your head. But nothing ever really happens with that.
Well, every once in a while, she has like dreams about her. And she's like, you're not getting in my head. And she's like, I'm getting in your head a couple times. But there's not like...
That's exactly what happens. Like literally after she's recording the bloodbath.
And come on, man.
She sees her and then
Can we just talk about the recording of the bloodbath? Like, seriously, you have 3 women hanging upside down by chains. You have Elizabeth Bathory, a 3,000 or 30,000-year-old vampire in a bathtub, and you don't bolt the door tightly shut. You leave it open. That crack was like, it was like 2 feet wide.
It was
the chains were so loose around the door. Like she literally pushed it open.
I went to like a high school, and you know how they had like
chains on the
doors, but you could still open it. That's the impression I got. It was like wide open with chains on the doors.
Yeah, who the hell?
But she probably doesn't care.
In like the sacrificial chamber, there's just a door right to the outside because she walked up on the street and just like
that's what I
from the street in the sacrificial chamber.
That's what
right
that was one of my. I was like, wait, what? I'm like, they don't have a dungeon,
right?
You've been around for how? Where's the dungeon?
Right,
we're just like in the loading dock right now.
Yeah.
Just bathing in blood. I mean, come on.
Oh, yeah, that was rough.
And then but we had to have that moment where she sees her.
He totally sees her, yeah, of course.
But also, like,
how do you not see her? Because you stuck your whole ass arm and phone all the way inside the doors.
But see, this is where writing, they could have just got a little bit more creative and showed her shimmying down in, like, I don't know, in through a window somewhere and sneaking into the property rather than just like an open door there. Right. Like that, it would have been more believable if she kind of went and then she maybe Elizabeth saw her and then just got on her phone like, hey.
I'm pretty sure that every phone nowadays has Zoom on it, so I think you could keep your whole ass arm outside the door and just zoom in. You don't have to stick your whole ass arm all the way in the door like this so that there's like a phone and an arm all the way in the door for the villain to see.
Yeah, I mean it was a choice they made.
It was a choice.
It was a choice, and that's why like when I watch things and go, wait, what? That doesn't make sense. Like. And I can put things aside. Like this didn't make sense to me. And I noticed it immediately because the doors weren't, it's not like she pushed the door open and realized the door was just freaking open.
Yeah, no,
like,
exactly.
There was no like clinking or trying
the chains didn't get moved or anything. It was
it was like there was a wide block open in the door.
She just took her whole ass arm and was like, oh, let me just film this.
Film you getting a bloodbath.
Chopping heads off and yeah.
One thing they did talk about, which I appreciated, was she's like, why do we show up on social media and we don't show up in mirrors? Like the one I was like, and she's like, I don't know. Like, but she gave like a quick, and I was like, okay.
Excuse me. Sorry.
That's like giving the, I don't know, like the people that
addressing one of the issues.
One of the issues, yeah. People rip that apart,
Right. How can a vampire even have a picture on social media? They were video chatting and stuff with these girls.
And also, and I'm just going to bounce around. There's one scene where Tyrese and the girl, I know we're going to jump there, but are in the mirror, and I'm like, why the hell would you go anywhere with the entire room as mirrors if you're a vampire? Yeah. Well, why would you pick that bar? All right.
Yeah, true.
We should talk about it.
Well, let's just say, so the whole arm in the door thing, that's our introduction to the Slayer. That's like her.
It was them in the
scene.
Apartment and her telling her to say, she's going out and she's like, yeah, I will.
Yeah, then we get her perky little sidekick.
Yeah. Who's just doing like push-ups all the time.
And everybody's obsessed with dating in this. Like she's on dating apps too, and it's like talking. They're always talking about dating.
She was twerking upside down at one point, and that was hysterical.
She comes in, she's like, I'm adding to my skill set.
And she's in a hand and headstand kind of where you kind of look like a frog upside down.
Yep.
And just gyrating.
She was popping it.
She was trying to, at least, and it was hysterical. There's a lot of comedic points in this movie that I laughed out loud a lot.
There are. There was some good comedy in there. Stephen Dorff was great as Ramses the Devil.
Ramsey, he was good. Tyrese had a couple. I felt overall bad.
I thought his part was so poorly written.
I felt so bad for him, man.
He's just like moping around, constantly like checking on his ex-wife and stuff. And
I know, but that he was real, and
even when
I felt so bad for him.
Well, even when he went into the other room with the girl, with the Josie. Mm-hmm. It's said that they have sex, but there's no sex that we see or nothing like that.
They were fully clothed.
There was just like laying on each other, and then we come back and they're still laying on each other, still fully clothed. Yeah. And then they get up and go, and she's like, we should go to find the others. And they get up and walk out.
I think that they took their pants off. That's what I think.
I don't know. I think she just assumes that they had sex and they probably didn't. Although he comes back and he's all like, yeah, to the boys. Like
whatever. It was fine. It didn't appear. There was no difference in when we saw them.
Right. That's what I'm saying. They cut away and then they cut back. So
they weren't even out of breath.
Right. There was nothing to. No. It was literally like the same exact
We
shot.
just needed that moment to see a room full of mirrors, which I was like, he stops and he's like, whoa. And then he goes back and he's like, hey, we were in this thing. And he was trying to tell them because he was all messed up. And he was trying to tell them, hey, we were in the back room and there was this, and they like cut him off and.
Nobody believes him.
Well, he never said
He's like a kid in an 80s movie. They never believe him.
And he gets.
Yep. We have, we also get Tom Berenger in there. He's like. That's the next thing we get.
Yeah, what?
That was with he was he was video calls on.
Oh, that's right.
To the Slayer. So
yeah.
I guess he's like the Slayer's commander or something. So he's he's he calls to check in. So they have a chat, and that was just totally just like okay.
I actually think I ran out during that time.
Probably.
Yeah.
That was a good time to go.
I don't remember.
Because that was totally unnecessary as well.
But I don't remember that call at all.
They were like, oh, we can get Tom Berenger. Let's make him. What can we make him? Okay, he like leads military or something. He was like military because he shows up at the end with like a couple other guys, but everything's already done.
Yeah, like I saw him at the end, but I was not there for a call. So
yeah, he popped up on video chat once, maybe twice during the actual movie.
So that makes more sense because I was a little confused at the end.
But again, they probably had him do like a remote shoot for that, and then did like one day on set with a couple guys running up and being like, "Oh, we're too late." Oh. Shucks. Oh, shucks. No firefight for us. So yeah, that was totally unnecessary. I felt like they were just like, oh yeah, we could just squeeze in Tom Berenger. That would be cool.
Yeah.
Let's get Sniper in here. Who else? The one vampire girl was just she was like a nothing burger.
A nothing burger. I don't even remember which one.
The one that wasn't Josie, the young one.
Oh, so she was like the slutty
Savori.
one, wasn't she? Or no, she was the one that was she felt like she was like above them, kind of. We got like
Is that
this.
what it was? I don't remember.
She got something where she wouldn't drink blood. And remember, she was like, ugh.
No, Josie would drink the absinthe mixed with blood.
Yes.
She liked that.
But the other
The other
girl
one would only drink blood.
And she said she liked elevated blood. Like she made a point to be like the snobby one. However,
yeah, she was like the bougie, bougie vamp.
Yeah.
The glampy vamp.
All right, so we're just bouncing around here, right?
Yeah.
Can I just say two things. I felt so bad for Tyrese's death but I thought it was kind of like funny in a way. He gets wrapped up he gets run over by the car, and he's wrapped up, and he's like,
yeah.
But I was like, man, he's got kids. Like, come on, man. Like, what? Kill one of the other ones. Come on, why?
You knew they were all going to die, though. I mean,
I
it's
know.
not like
all
any
right.
of them are making
so that
it back.
I mean, Tyrese,
They're the bros.
Tyrese, it was that kill alone was so campy that I was like, all right, this is fun. His legs are all tangled up and thing, and she's like, oh, what do I do?
Good effects there.
What do I do?
That was good practical effects where he was like under the car, half of them, and then they had like fake legs wrapped around the
tire.
Out of the tire, and then there was like the blood squirting in a couple places, and he was like, he's still alive, and she's like, yeah, he's wrapped around the axle. His lower half is wrapped around the axle.
Because she kept trying to gun it, and she's like, oh, he's still alive. It was funny.
It was great. She just tried to drive away.
Yeah, she just kept trying to drive away. But just so we can get into it, because I did like that. I'm going to give one that I like and then one that I didn't understand, and I think maybe there was more writing because it confused us. They kept focusing on this eclipse.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Yeah.
And you so much so that you were like, "This girl's going to be a werewolf."
Is this girl a werewolf
and I was
or
like,
something? What's she so worried about the eclipse for?
because they kept showing the eclipse, and then we see the roommate who's the vampire slayer, and she's ripped, and she keeps doing like every 5 seconds, like if they're having a conversation, she's just down doing push-ups and this, and I'm like, damn. And I was like, maybe you're right, she's a freaking werewolf. Like, why else would they freaking? And there was absolutely no reason that they even brought up the eclipse. It was
it was another nothing burger in the movie.
Yeah.
Just they kept talking about it. You'd think it's going to have some kind of significance, and then it's just nothing. They keep, like, usually that's foreshadowing. You could usually see when something's coming. We're going to talk about this a little bit. We're going to show this, and it's going to play a part later, and just nothing.
Yeah.
So yeah, we killed Tyrese in the car under the car. We have Lachlan Monroe and Stephen Dorff from the Bros.
Yeah.
So how did Lachlan go? I forget. Didn't he run or something? Did he run?
I don't know.
I forget how
He got killed, I'm sure, at some point. I don't remember.
But Stephen Dorff, they turn. Josie turns him because she's young and impetuous, and she's
it said before, like, you're not supposed to turn people. We haven't for hundreds of years or something.
Right. But she does, and I'm glad she did, because that was like the big, Stephen Dorff was Deacon Frost in Blade, so having him turn into a vampire in this was great. To have him back as a vampire again.
She goes to give him a heart attack, so he's like, "Oh, I'm having a heart attack," and then because you have to be almost dying to drink the blood, and then that's when you turn.
He drinks the blood, and she turns him. Yep.
Yeah, and he was funny. He was real. He was good as.
He was. What was the name again?
Ramsey.
Ramsey's the devil.
Yeah, and he's like,
humping.
Yeah,
I'm Ramsey's the devil.
See, this is why I think this could be a cult classic.
Well, there were parts that were fun and funny in his performance again. But a lot of the Bros dialogue was just so bad.
Oh, I know.
Like when they're talking, come on, man, you gotta stop thinking about your ex, dude. Come on. Like a lot of that stuff was like, all right, man. Yes, we get it. Man,
I got real sad when he was dying though, because he was like, "Where's my phone? Can someone call my kids?" And I'm like, "Oh my fucking god!"
Yeah, and when we see his phone later, there's a picture of his wife and kids on there, just to add to
But he was saying it while dying, and I was like, man, it got real sad. And I was like, even though it was funny, I was like, and I liked the death. I was like, man,
got real sad for you. I was like, bye. That's the end of him. 1 down, 2 to go. Who's next?
What he was saying. Like I was like,
but then they show the picture on the phone to try and tug at your heartstrings later.
Well, she was like, yeah.
Josie starts to feel again because she's like the kind of human one. All right, that was okay. That the way they kind of wrote that in there.
Also, she's
bad.
at least 100 years old vampire.
Oh, did she say Josie?
I just read when we said that they said they were saying the two of them didn't turn anyone in 100 years.
Oh, okay. All right, fair enough.
Which is still a young vampire.
Yeah. All right. So, yeah, they turn Ramses, and then we get. What was the thing? So why? So then we get the like Slayer Jr. swipes on Ramses on the dating app because of course she's all into the dating and Cora goes out for something. Remember Cora went out and just went walking around or where the hell did she go? I forget. But so she keeps swiping and Ramses keep popping up. She's like, oh, Ramses, I guess I'm supposed to meet this guy because no other guys are coming up on the app.
She knew that it was them playing a trick on her app.
Oh, did she? I thought she just always was packing because she put her weapons on and everything.
I got the impression that she was like, well, I guess they really want me to meet her or him.
Meet Ramses.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, so she goes and meets Ramses and totally sus. They go through a cemetery, but
totally sus.
Well, they go to meet, right? And where they met at
Now I wouldn't walk through a graveyard with a stranger, but
Ramses the devil on the other hand.
Maybe. Especially if it was glitching and he was the only person on my dating app.
That could be that could make him a keeper, huh? I mean that whole I guess if you frame it as she knew that it was a setup.
I got
why wouldn't she wait for Cora? Because she left Cora a note saying, hey, I went on a date with this guy. If she knew that he was a vampire, then she would have been like,
I don't remember that
hey,
either.
this is a vampire.
That was the second time I peed, maybe.
No, because Cora comes in later. Yeah. Remember? Because that's how she finds it. Because Cora comes in and it's on the screen. His dating profile's on there, and she put a little pop-up that said, I went on a date with this guy.
Yeah.
And then
But
Cora
they went
runs
separately
out.
And
then Cora runs out to go look for her. But by this point, she's already foolishly gone into the cemetery.
Okay, well, if that's the truth and she really didn't know and she went on a date with this guy that was double her age and and didn't care, then yeah, you're a slayer. You're an idiot.
And you walked into a cemetery?
Yeah, no, I don't. I thought, but no, maybe you're right. But I got.
She doesn't seem too surprised when he's like, "I'm Ramses the devil," and he's got his fangs and stuff.
That's
so
what
maybe,
made me go. She's like, "All right, I was waiting for this." But she should have waited for
Cora though, or she should have been like, "Hey, this is a vampire. I'm going to meet."
Well, she let Cora go by herself to go videotape Elizabeth.
I guess.
So I think they do things separately.
They just do things stupidly.
That too.
This is just some bad choices they're making.
At least they have a monologue talking.
It was like that ASMR to put you to sleep, like she's right up on the speaker and talking in your ear. You are going to do great things when you wake up tomorrow. People love you.
Oh, that's really good. That was good. You sounded just like her. You really did.
Yeah, Super. That's about what she was.
Yeah, that is.
Like right on top of and just.
Okay, now that's a little too deep, but yeah, you got it.
Yeah, that was like my least favorite part of the movie, the monologuing, the voiceover. Good Lord.
It was just too. It was almost too funny, like to make like it. It was so not serious that I couldn't.
Yeah,
I couldn't take any part of it seriously, whether comedic or not, because I didn't know whether they were trying to be serious or funny. So I felt uncomfortable. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the monologue totally made me uncomfortable.
Yeah,
The
like
voiceover.
I was like, I don't know if I'm supposed
felt-
to be laughing or being like, oh, she's serious. So I was like, I don't know how to feel. I don't know how to feel. Oh,
Well, when I was listening to it, you said this before, like you had secondhand embarrassment for somebody.
Yeah.
I was having secondhand embarrassment for her
Oh,
because I
can
was
see
like, oh my God, she's so serious in this monologue, and it is. Oh no, I'm sorry, I keep saying monologue. This voiceover, and it is so bad.
Yeah.
I was like secondhand embarrassment for Dai Chen Lockman.
I didn't have that. I didn't have embarrassment. I just didn't know it was so confusing as to what they wanted us to feel during those moments that I just.
It was so confusing to figure out what the fuck was going on through this whole movie, like what the point was.
Yeah.
That
I mean, yeah. I listen. I got it, and I think we can't keep harping on everything. We should probably wrap it up
we'll
a
wrap
little
up.
bit. But
So go ahead.
I was gonna say I see three, like them trying to like a Pulp Fiction kind of vibe and Quentin Tarantino kind of way. He probably was trying to do that. It was like three separate groups.
Stories intersect. I get it.
Intersecting.
You got to be a damn good writer to do that.
I get
though.
that. So
And he's obviously not that good.
No, and I appreciate it, the reach and some things in certain ways. And then I was like, some of it we should have just taken it, like the whole eclipse thing. They should have cut all of that. Even if he was like, shit, we have all this dialogue where people are talking about the eclipse. Okay, fine. Stop showing the moon in the sky. Stop. You could still.
That was in every shot. Maybe that's because they were just using the moon in so many shots.
I was like, what? Okay, stop. They showed it 3 different times where I was like, they could have cut some of that out.
Yeah.
Like with, you know what I mean?
Yeah. For me, the eclipse could have been done away with. They could have done away with the Slayers. I would have totally loved this movie if it was just like bros. These bros get tricked into, doing this thing, going to meet these girls, and it turns out they're vampires, and the one gets turned, one gets killed, and Lachlan Monroe lives to fight another day.
We said that in the car on the way back, and that kind of gives like a From Dusk Till Dawn kind of vibe, where a couple of guys go on a road trip, and then they end up.
Yeah, but I wouldn't even give this writer director that much, because there was also the whole subplot of the other family and the robbery that they're coming from.
But it would have made more sense, yeah.
This guy should just keep it simple.
Yeah.
I feel like.
It was a little bit. I get it.
Dusk Till Dawn had a lot of branches. Like if you think about it, you know what I'm saying? Like but this guy needs to stick.
I think this guy, especially Quentin Tarantino, like that's why I feel like I felt like
he was trying to emulate.
He was trying to emulate that a little bit with his vibe as a director and writer, and I got it. I got what he was trying to do. I had a fun ride with this movie, but there were so many other elements that were added that made it messy that we didn't need,
Yeah,
and
totally.
and even like even if you have the Slayer, like the whole roommate too, I was like, we don't need this character unless you just want somebody twerking on the wall.
I mean, support or comic relief is fine, but then they spend so much time with her.
Yeah,
and they develop her more than they develop the Slayer.
Yeah.
Like
the added vampire was fine, like being a snobby one just there. I was like, okay, because then she gets killed really cool in the ground.
Yeah, I like the trio. You want a trio of vampires.
Yeah, and then they had the
coven.
guy that was kind of just like their handler, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, but he also was a vampire, because at the end when she's smashing the thing on everybody, she killed him too.
We knew he was a vampire.
See, I didn't think he was a vampire. I thought he was a familiar. Yeah,
he could have been. I saw his teeth, but maybe.
Until the end scene where she's killing him, and then he has teeth and he's bleeding because she's putting the stake through the heart like all the others.
It would have been better if he was a familiar.
And again, that's what I thought. Like he took care of them like he was a familiar, but apparently he was a vampire too at the very end there. So
yeah, I mean, yeah.
Part of the coven.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just we could.
And that was Mark Boone Jr., the actor who,
and he was
with the beard, and you've seen him in a ton of stuff. He's another great character actor.
Yeah, he always looks the same part. He's crazy, and
he was great in this. Not getting a whole lot, but does his job well, as he always does.
Yeah. So I mean, overall, we'll just go in. We could tear things apart, and then I could also, but we do tear things apart pretty often.
For sure.
I'm just going to give my final take. We'll just do this right now.
Yep.
I had a lot of fun with this. So I hate like ripping it apart. There's so many problems with it. I don't say if you want to go on like a Tuesday or Wednesday and go half price, if you want to get out to the theater.
Well, it's probably not going to be in theaters much longer.
That's why I'm saying if you go this week or something, or if it goes into next week, you know, I like seeing supporting horror on the big screen no matter what.
Yeah.
But I also think that this deserves a watch once it comes out streaming. I think it's worth a watch, and I recommend people watching it. You just cannot take it too seriously, and you have to watch it for the style of it,
more of the visual
kills,
spectacle of it,
the gore. There's a lot of blood, and all the actors. So,
yeah.
But you got to just go into it knowing, all right, I'm not going to get the best writing, and it's going to be kind of confusing at parts. Right. But just go into it and have fun.
Yeah,
I think it was fun.
Yeah, again, I gave it a 5.5, so it wasn't the worst, but there was a lot that could have been. There's potential left, and stuff explored that needlessly, I felt like, that didn't really culminate in a satisfying ending. Probably my biggest problem with the movie. Again, and also the lead character, which felt almost unnecessary. Like it didn't really feel like a Slayer movie. It felt like a vampire movie.
Yeah.
And it felt like a bros road trip movie a little bit with the guys.
Yeah.
You got that vibe from it.
Those two parts were more. Yeah,
but the only Slayer stuff I really got was the sidekick in the cemetery scene.
Which honestly, we didn't, like you said, we didn't need the Slayers at all. And honestly, these vampires could have kept living. I would have been fine with it. Like it didn't have to end,
Yeah, exactly. Lachlan Monroe gets away, and Mina Suvari lives to,
who knows?
Open a new absinthe bar somewhere in another spooky gothy location. And we have part 2 coming. But yeah, I suggest to watch it when it streams as well. It'll probably pop up on Shudder. It'll be $1 or $2 on VOD, a couple bucks. It probably won't be one of these $20 expensive blockbusters. It'll probably be like $5 or $6 when it comes to Amazon.
We've said that, and then there's some lower budget ones that are like, I don't know, a little bit more than I expect. So hopefully it's not that much.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, again, it was okay. I felt like the opening scene set me up thinking there was going to be a lot more potential, and I was expecting a little more, I guess, after that really solid opening.
And I never raised the bar. So that's why I think I was good to go.
All right. Well, there you have it. 5.5 from Ronin and
6 out of 10 for me. Yeah.
Steph.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right. Vampires of the Velvet Lounge. It was not rated. It's an unrated.
Oh, it wasn't?
Yes.
Shit.
Yeah. If you go on to IMDb, I believe that's where it'll tell you.
It says R right there.
Oh, does it? I thought it said NR. Yeah, I thought it said NR in the movie app when we went.
It may have.
Tickets.
It may have, but I think with all that blood, it's fair that it's R.
Well, yeah, it was definitely at least R.
It just could have been like an early thing that they didn't have a rating on there.
Yeah,
Very
possibly.
Well,
possibly. It was so new.
So new.
All right, that's going to do it for another episode of Deadsville Horror Talk. Make sure you like, subscribe, ding the bell on YouTube, leave some comments, and let us know if you've seen Vampires of the Velvet Lounge. If you have, let us know your thoughts. And if not, we'll be checking it out when it's free to stream somewhere. I suggest you do. Steph suggests you do.
Yeah.
So, give it a watch. And next, we'll be back with Alex and Haley for... we have Dolly coming up to review, and we have Ready or Not 2. So stay tuned for those, Boo Believers. Until then, stay spooky.
Bye, Scream Hearts.